everyone. I'm just giving you all an update on how I've been getting on. I actually had an actual period on Tuesday, it's Thursday today, which is great news. It means I can go ahead and start my egg freezing process. I went into Southampton Complete Fertility Clinic on Tuesday for a blood test and a COVID test, and my results have come back negative. So today I'm back down to Southampton for a baseline scan, just to check everything and to give me the go ahead of when I can start my hormone injections. I'm about to head off there now, and I'll give you a little update on how my scan goes later. So I've just had my scan and all is okay, so I am good to get going now with my hormone injections, which I'm going to start as soon as I get home. So yeah, all is going good. I'm rocking the no makeup look this morning, so sorry if it's a bit frightening, but yesterday I did my very first injection and I had a little mini meltdown because I've got a massive fear of needles, which this is going to help me overcome. It was the thought of injecting myself. My anxiety was kicking off. I was having like a mini meltdown. I was crying. My mum was with me, and my mum actually had to put the needle into my leg because I literally couldn't do it. And then I pressed it down and it was done. So I did it, but today I'm doing it all on my own today. I'm gonna be very brave and do it all on my own, and I just think I'm doing this for, you know, for me, for such a good reason, because I'm going to be freezing my eggs at the end of it. So it's just, I guess it's a way of getting over my fear of needles as well, isn't it? So inside my fridge is my medication. That's where it gets stored. In there, that's the Gonal F, which is the follicle stimulating hormone, the FSH. And in here I start these injections on Monday as well as the Gonal F. So these are all injections in there that I start taking on Monday, and those are the needles that I put on my pen for my Gonal F. And like that, and I get this, which is obviously where I dispose of all my needles. And comes in another little bag as well. Again, put these needles in. If I go into my cupboard, I'm going to show you the Gonal F pen. This is one I've used already because I'm on day 3 now of my hormones. So that's what the pen looks like. And if I open up, that's what it looks like. Obviously I've used all the hormone in there, and there it is. And you just simply put a needle onto the end, and then you simply inject yourself. It is simple to use, it's quite easy to use. So like I said, I'm on day 3, and as of Monday I then put these in as well, so I'll be injecting myself with 2 different injections as of Monday. Morning guys, so it is Sunday and I'm on day 4 of my injections this morning. I've just got my medication out the fridge, because you've got to give it 10 minutes out the fridge so it gets to room temperature before I inject myself. So I've just woke up feeling tired because I inject myself at 7:30 every morning, and it has to be consistent every day. I set my alarm. I'm going to inject myself, and then I'm going to go back to sleep afterwards. So I now got to set it to my right doses of medication, and mine is 450. So I'm just turning my dial here until it reads 450. Okay, so that's on 450. You can see 450. I'm going to take my dressing gown off. Got my pajamas on, and now I've got to inject myself. So here goes. and make sure I can see the dial. Going down slowly. Reads 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and release. And that's done. All done. And I'm literally so proud of myself for doing that because like I said, I have a fear of needles, and that was day 4 and I did it, and I'm getting the hang of this now. So yeah, that's all done. I just got to put the lid back on that and take the needle off, and tomorrow is Monday and that's when I start my second injection, so I'll be taking this one along with another one tomorrow. So yeah, all going okay. Morning, here's Nelly. There's smelly Nelly. So she's having a mad one. There we go. So I'm on day 5 of my hormone injections, and this morning I'm heading off down to Portsmouth for a scan to check how I'm getting on and how my follicles are growing. There's Daisy. So these are my fur babies. These 2 are my fur babies. And they're mad, as you can see. What I'm doing will hopefully one day I'll have a human baby of my own. So today I'm on my 2 injections. I've got my Gonal F, which is out the fridge to get to room temperature, and this is the second one, and I think you pronounce it as Thiamidol. So that is your follicle stimulating hormone. So that's gonna help the follicles to grow. And now I'm introducing this one, and this one, what it does, it stops the eggs from being released, because obviously I'm getting my eggs frozen. They don't want any eggs released yet, because we get the eggs released later on when all my follicles are at the right size. And I have another injection which is in the fridge, which will it's called the trigger injection, and that one will release the eggs, and then I have 36 hours after that to go in for my procedure to get them taken out. So that is injection number 2 in the packet there, and I'm going to show you how I administrate these. So I've got the first injection ready, my Gonal F. Let's just dial it to 450. 450. Make sure I can see the dial. Here it goes. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the first one done. And just dab that. So that's the first one done. Now for my second one to be done, which is the Thiamidol. So I just literally open it up like that. There it is. Take that off. There's the needle. And again, I just like pop it in. And shoot all the way. 4, 5. Take it out, and then that's that one done as well. Honestly, I'm so proud of myself for doing this because I've literally got over my fear of needles and I'm just doing it without any hesitation, and it's just amazing. I'm going to show you it. That's that needle. There we go, that one's all done. So it's day 6 today. I've already taken my 2 injections this morning, and yesterday I went to Portsmouth for a scan to see how I was getting on, and always looking really good. Had some really good news, some positive news. So I've actually got 8 follicles, which is great news because I originally thought I just had 5 left, but I've actually got 8 left. And they're all growing really well. My ovaries are working very well. One of them is actually grown really quickly compared to the others. There's a line, the nurse showed me the line where it is that they need to get to, what size they need to get to before they then go and retrieve them, but one is almost at that line, so she said that one might overshoot and might go. Hopefully it doesn't, but yeah, that one might go, but all the others are, they're all growing nicely. My body is responding well to all the hormones, they're working very well. My lining is really good, so yeah, that's all great news. So I got originally told that with embryo freezing, the success rates are a lot higher than egg freezing, but the nurse said that the technology and the research has come on so much now that with egg freezing it's got like the same success rates now as embryo freezing, which is fantastic news because it's just come on so well over the years. That's really, really good news. And she said, you know, once I get my eggs frozen, I'm 31 years old, and they're always going to, those eggs are always going to be that age. So, you know, I can have children. She said I could even have children at 50 and 60. I laughed and I was like, oh, well, I'm hoping I have children before then. I'll find my right man and hopefully I'll have them before then. But there's a possibility you can still, obviously you can still have them then, because my eggs are always going to be 31 years old. And she said, you know, even though you're going through this, there's still a chance that you can conceive naturally. Doesn't mean that you can't as well. So yeah, it was all really good. So I went away with a happy face, and tomorrow I go back again for another scan to check how the follicles are getting on, and then I'll have another scan on Friday as well, and looking like I'm going to be going in for my op to get my eggs taken out on Monday, though possibly there's a chance before I could go in as well. Fingers crossed that it all goes to plan. Also yesterday I went to see a fertility acupuncture. Now I've never had acupuncture before, but my friends and family have had it and they recommended it. So I actually went to a fertility specialist acupuncturist, and she was really, really good. Very, very knowledgeable in regards to fertility. That was a good experience, and she said, you know, that I'm not just a number, not just a statistic. You know, the doctors, they're not good at the end of the day, and that I can still conceive naturally. I've got 8 follicles left. I'm having periods, and she said you still can conceive naturally. It doesn't mean that you can't as well. And she was actually really angry because not enough women are, well, I don't know any women actually, because I didn't even know about premature ovarian insufficiency and early menopause. I didn't know about it. And she said she was really angry because women aren't educated about it. All we're taught about is how to not get pregnant. And I said, you know, I'm really angry as well. That's exactly how I felt, because all we're taught about as women and young women is about contraception and how to not get pregnant, and not taught about in regards to fertility and how, you know, fertility declines as you get older, and in regards to infertility such as premature ovarian insufficiency, polycystic ovaries. There's all sorts of things, and we're not taught about that, and we're not tested at a young age either. And I feel there needs to be more education out there for us young women in regards to infertility and your fertility. So we're just not made aware, and that's why I'm making these videos, because I want women out there to know about this, and if they're in the same boat, you know, I want them to know that they're not alone. There are options to becoming a parent, and it's not the end of the world as soon as you get told. So I totally agreed on her in that respect, in that there's just not any education for us women. And she also said that there's so much little known in regards to how we fall pregnant, because she said there's only a 23% chance anyway of conceiving naturally for people who haven't got POI or any other condition, and there's a certain amount of, you know, time that you can fall pregnant, and people are just not aware of this. Yeah, I just feel like there just needs to be more awareness out there, because there's just such little information, and all we're told about is the, you know, contraception and not to get pregnant, and that's it. And there's so much more that we need to be taught from a young age. That was really interesting to hear her say that as well. The nurse at Complete Fertility didn't have my details from Southampton come through, and she asked what my AMH level was, and I said, well, I did the home test back in May and it came back as 0.2, and she said what I'm seeing right now isn't a result of a 0.2, like with all your follicles and how they're, you know, working and everything, isn't a result of a 0.2. I said, well, what result would you think it is of that? She said as a 4 or 5, and I was really shocked and I was amazed. And when I told my fertility acupuncturist about it, she went, that's exactly what I mean. A number doesn't actually mean anything at the end of the day. It's about, you know, what you can see and what's going on, and a number, they can fluctuate as well. They can go up and down depending on where you are in your cycle. So not to get disheartened by any numbers or figures that you get, because it doesn't actually necessarily mean what it actually says. So that is some positive news, and it was also good to know. And for anybody who's watching who, you know, has got a similar result to that and panicking, because that's what I was doing, that just to let you know not to panic and not to worry, because it doesn't mean that you can't have children or you won't have children at all. Be good, positive information, and you know, I'm learning about this every single day. Much I've learned, and so much, you know, that I was not aware about. So yeah, that's why I want to share this with everyone, so that they know about this and they can share it to people or their friends, even if they don't have POI. Day 6 today, done, and tomorrow is my scan, so I will keep you updated as to how that all goes. So it's day 7 now of my hormone injections. So here goes of the Gonal F. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Now it's time for injection number 2. This one. Take that off. There we go. This one. In. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that one's done too. Just had my scan, and one follicle is already cooked. It's over the right size. I think the correct size at maturity is 18 millimeters and mine's 19. The rest are still growing. I'm booked in for another scan on Friday to see how I'm getting on, but she said she's going to contact the consultant because they might want to go ahead and go with the one good one, or they might wait. So I'm just gonna wait for a phone call, or if I don't get a phone call, then I'm booked in Friday for another scan. Today is a day 9 of my hormone injections, and I'm off for another scan in Portsmouth today to see how my follicles are growing. And also I'm guessing this is going to be my last scan before my egg retrieval procedure. I'll get told today as well when I have to take my final injection, which will help the last maturity of the eggs, and then that they will be released ready for my egg collection procedure, which I think is going to go ahead on Monday, but I'm going to find out today and let you know how that goes later. So yeah, I'm just going to do my injections in a minute at 7:30 because I have to do it at the same time every day. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to head off down to Portsmouth. So day 9 of injections, here we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's that one done. Number 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Now off to Portsmouth. I've just had my scan and 2 of my follicles are ready and the others haven't grown so much. I'm now booked in for my egg retrieval day, which is on Monday. I've got to give my trigger injection tomorrow. All the consultants are going to have a big meeting next week about me, because I'm special, in regards to my other 2 rounds. Because I'm having 3 rounds in total. They want to put in a different protocol, a different procedure for my next round, so that all my follicles like grow and are ready, so I have the best egg retrieval, rather than 2 that have just grown really quick and the others haven't grown so much. Just got to bear in mind that this round isn't going to be that successful, but with a different protocol and procedure for the others 2, that they are going to be better. Yeah, all is good. I'm looking forward to Monday now and getting that done, and hopefully they will be able to get some eggs frozen for me. Morning, so I'm on day 10 of my hormone injections. This is my final day, woohoo! Final day of injections. I've got to take my trigger injection this evening at 8:30. Then I'll be all set. That'll be my last injection. So I've got 3 injections today and then that's it. I've got my operation on Monday. So all is good. I'm glad it's my last day of injections today and get them done, and then yeah, looking forward to how Monday goes. So here's my last gonal F injection, and as my friend said, just think of these injections as a doses of positivity, and I absolutely love that. I think that's what helped me get over my fear of needles. Just my dose of positivity going in me, 2 doses, and today I've got 3 doses. Ready for Monday. I just got to wait to 7:30. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonal F done. Woo! My last Thiramidol. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay! My last 2 injections, just got 1 more this evening, and then I'm all good to go for Monday. Oh, it's been a hot one today, that is for sure. Been really hot. I'm about to do my last injection, which is called the trigger injection, and that is what is going to release the eggs ready for collection on Monday. To 8:30 to do my injection. It's 36 hours before my operation on Monday, which is at 8:30 in the morning. So yeah, at 8:30 I'm going to do my very final injection, and then that's it until my next round in a couple of months. So I've got 1 minute left to give my final injection, as it's at 8:30. It's all ready and set to go. My heart is racing. I feel nervous. I haven't felt like this since the very first one. My heart's pounding right now. It's like, oh, the last one before the op. Oh, it's 8:30, here we go. So that was typical. As I was just giving my last injection, my phone had run out of storage. But anyway, that's my last one done. It's Monday morning, almost 6 AM, and it's the day of my operation. As you can see, this is the Monday morning tired look. My operation's at 8, so I'm about to head off now to Southampton, and I'm gonna let you know how my operation goes later. I've just had the phone call with my results, and they have frozen 3 eggs, which is amazing news, and I'm so happy. I will have 2 more rounds. I have to give my body a 6-week break in between each round, and I've been told that in future what they're able to do is freeze all eggs regardless if they're mature or not, because science is evolving all the time, and in the future what they'll do with the immature eggs is that they'll be able to mature them so they'll all be able to be used. But in my round, all my eggs that they got were mature, so that's brilliant news. So yay, so happy that it's been such a good success for me. Thank you so much for watching my journey. I hope you enjoyed it.